tell him, a friend of mine is an alumni of West Monroe. He's the superintendent now of schools in Wynn Parish. They have a alumni group that is over 1,000 people. To be a member of the alumni group, the minimum you can donate every year is $1,000. That's the minimum. And they have over 1,000 people doing that on a yearly basis that have been gone 15 years, but they left there with the mentality of, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life because I'm a part of this program. Here, when your kid's gone, you're done. Like when we have parents here that have money, when their kids graduated, they're out. And I mean, he told me they got over 40 guys that give 5 to 10 grand every year that are business owners or whatever. That's how you maintain a program where when the West Monroe coach says I need something, there's no we don't have the money or there's none of that. It's just done. And we don't have that here because we try to go get the same 5 or 6 big donors, attorneys and all that to donate all the money. Instead of growing a culture where, hey, you know what, my kid graduated 4 years ago, I'm gonna give $1,000. And that's, it's a shame, but it's the way it is.
And good afternoon, football fans, and welcome out to JL Butch Stoker Stadium here on the campus of Alexandria Senior High School, where it is time for the first annual, the inaugural, the kickoff of the North versus South Junior High Jamboree, and we are delighted to bring it to you here on 446 Sports. 4 great games for you today under a cloudy sky. The clouds covering up some of that sun, but it doesn't take away from the heat out there. Welcome aboard again, folks. I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports. Joining me in the press box for today's 4 games, not 5. We'll talk to you about that in just a moment. But the 4 games today is KP Miles. KP, welcome.
Welcome. I am impressed with the analogy of cloudy. That is pretty good. That's a good way of doing it. I like that.
Look,
me and Jason may not agree, but that's okay.
Yesterday, well, I don't know if it's partly or mostly. It's a little more than
the heat
partly.
index is 104. That's all I know.
All right, well, there you have it. 4 great games for you today. Had a couple of cancellations last night. This is a North versus South battle. For the North representation of it, it is the Reston Junior High team, the Bearcats. And these are all feeder schools that go into the high school teams that you will see the future stars. I mean, these guys that are going into the West Monroe, they're going into Ash, they're going into Ruston, they're going into the schools down south. Man, you've got just a lot of future talent on this field today, and it's a great idea that came up with. The folks from Neville, the folks from Brame got together and kind of put this together. And I think this is great. It's better than just a regular jamboree, if you will, because you get to see some talent and out and away. But the team representing the South today is Northwestern. The other games to look at today, just to give you an idea, coming up next are the folks at Calvary Baptist out of Shreveport, Louisiana, and then West Ridge will play. Should be the 1 o'clock-ish game. Natchitoches Central Junior High will be the 2 o'clock game. They'll take on Neville, and then the homestanding Brame Gators will face off against Good Hope. The way that it's set up, there are 2 15-minute halves. The clock will run, so we don't have the clock on your screen there. That is our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. We don't have it up. Halftime will be 5 minutes, and each team will get 2 timeouts per half. KP, what does that do just to get these guys out there and going, but not wear them out on a hot day like this?
Yeah, I think it gets them some good practice and get some good reps in. But, again, we are – it is warm out here. These are young men. We want to make sure they're safe. So I think it's a perfect storm of, 15 minutes, get a break, and 15 more minutes and move on.
So the clock will run throughout, and that does a number of things. 1, it gets them out of fatigue. 2, it gets them out of this sun that's out there. And 3, it keeps that 4 o'clock game not from starting at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. It keeps everybody on schedule.
Then there's that. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does that. But we appreciate you joining us. If you're the first time that you found 446 Sports, we are delighted to have you here. We can find us on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter. And I don't know if I saw somebody streaming to Twitch. I don't even know what that is. But who knows? Maybe in the future. Tell us what you expect to see, KP, out of these junior high games today.
Well, understanding that these kids, again, a lot of these coaches are directly tied to the high schools. I mean, when these kids play junior high football, they're hearing the plays they're going to be running when they get to high school. I was unaware that that's how how detailed this is now, but that's the way it's going to be, and we're going to see these kids in a couple years playing against our Ash Trojans, and so it's going to be interesting to see how well they do today.
Yeah, this is the first time that these young men, a lot of these young men will play on this field. Now, not the homestanding Brame team, but certainly this group that are coming in out of those 2-5A teams. Of course, Neville on the schedule this season. West Monroe, which these schools feed into, are on there, and you get an opportunity to come and play on the turf here at Butch Stoker Stadium. It's a beautiful day for football. Man, it's a good one. It's a hot one, but should be a lot of great football. Again, we'll look at some of the teams on there. This is Northwestern and Ruston that will do battle. Calvary will go next against Westridge, Natchitoches and Neville, and then Brame and Good Hope. Brame takes it off. And we had Coach Joshua Edwards into the dugout the other day and was able to talk to him about it, and you see the excitement that he had. So just a few minutes away from kickoff. Delighted that you could join us. We're going to step away from the mic for a moment and just let you get accustomed to the sights and sounds. We'll be back right when it's time for kickoff, so don't go anywhere.
Both teams will receive 2 timeouts per half.
KP, do you have that pencil down there, or did he leave it when he circled?
I don't have that.
If you would, just write down the sponsors that you took a picture of.
I sent you the picture. I don't have it.
My phone is the internet, and I don't want to fiddle with it.
Hold on a second.
Hang on, I'm gonna put it back in my bag.
I will send.
I'm glad to have OJ some back here.
So there's no because there must not be enough power to this place. Is that what it is?
Power?
Power.
There's just no AC. There's power here because we're plugged into everything.
That's why
Yeah, I actually.
We check.
I was wondering why. Well, I thought you just going off your phone for internet because the internet up here.
No, we didn't because it's not a high school sanctioned event. The school board, we didn't get on the school board's internet during the season. We'll have it. Now we'll take these on the road with us because it's cheaper and better coverage than those hotspots. So, all right. Read that list off to me of who the sponsors are, and I'll just remember it. Oh, I know it's Ward Electric.
I want to go over some of our sponsors that are helping bring us out here today. Ward Electric, Red River Bank, Allstate, Mark Hankins Ministries, JP Wealth, Health and Wellness, Neblet Beard and Arsenault, Quinn Financial Service Solutions. They're going to be the sponsors that have helped get this up and running today for the Brame Gators. Going to enjoy some football. We're grateful for all the sponsors that help us do that. Also, our sponsors with 446 Sports. Thank you very much for everything you do for us. Got some officials out here. Looks like some everybody doesn't really get it, Doug. The officials have to get ready for the season as well and get back. Yep, right. Everybody thinks officials just jump back in and start doing it, and they have to actually practice a little bit themselves. So got some guys out here getting ready for their first games next week. Looks like we've got a pretty good crowd that's come out. Some umbrellas, keep the heat off of them. Again, we're going to have two 15-minute quarters, running clock, with a 5-minute halftime. So this should, for the folks out there in the heat, it should go pretty quickly. Doug Gann on the call with myself, KP Miles, Jason Crooks, and Nick Morrow on the cameras. And we'll have 2T Brett Stalls be up here shortly to be doing some production for us as well. Missing our normal color guy for football, Mr. Nick Magnano. He'll be here next week for the is it scrimmage, Doug?
Yeah, the
Jamboree?
Trojans will welcome in Acadiana next week for the scrimmage before heading down to Zachary for the Jamboree. And then things will kick off here September the 4th in a huge matchup, probably the biggest in the state on week 1, and that is when the 26 in a row, 7 of the 8 last national or state championships out of Arkansas, Bryant, Arkansas. The Hornets make their way down here in week 1 in just a colossal matchup, dare I say.
Doing some research on those Bryant Hornets. They are the class of Arkansas for sure. I know they're going to be replacing a quarterback and a running back and a wide receiver that have been 3-year starters. So it should be interesting. I know Coach Bachman told us this was impressive. They have about 1,000 more kids than we do here at Ash. So that's a pretty good-sized school.
They do, but that's a ways down the road. These are the future stars of games like this. And, again, we told you it was the Northwestern Braves and the Ruston Junior High Bearcats. And, these feeder school programs are ready to go. Again, big shout-out to KP and Jason Crooks and Nick Morrow for bringing this to you. Ward Electric, the title sponsor for the North versus South Jamboree. Our big shout-out to Belgrande Nursing Home, Lanyap Home Care, Explore Alexandria Pineville. You see the folks rotating up in that left-hand corner, and you can thank all of those for bringing this to you. They'll go out, you'll have a coin toss, and you'll get things up and going in this one. Again, KP told us about 2 15-minute halves. They'll take a 5-minute intermission. That'll keep things rolling along. Want to give a big shout-out to our buddy down there that's he's all bundled up staying out of the sun. That's Big Zig. If you're interested in some photos from today, check him out, Big Zig. All you got to do, Z-I-G-G. All you got to do is search for him on social media, and you'll find him. Does tremendous work. We are just a couple of minutes away from kickoff out there on this mostly cloudy, partly cloudy day. We've narrowed it down to partly cloudy, I think, is what we've done with this. But it is high noon here at Butch Stoker Stadium. Alongside of KP Miles, I am Doug Gann. Delighted to bring this to you.
Yeah, we were hearing last night talking to 1T about how he'll take 2,000 or 3,000 pictures at a game and keep about, 20-30% is what he said, Doug?
He did.
It's amazing.
So captains for Northwestern are number 7, Lathan White, and number 8, Chaz Hardy, getting the numbers across the way. That is, we'll see when they come into your screen there.
Number 8 and number 6.
Number 8 and number 5.
5, I'm sorry.
Ruston. Number 8 is Gray Williams. Let me get on to the other side, the 8th grader. Rand Garvin is the 8th grader. Elijah Washington is the other, and they'll take things going on there at midfield right on top of that Trojan A that is there. Ruston will call it. Looks like Northwestern has won the toss. We'll get that set up for you. Needless to say, we are ready to get this thing going. There'll be no game clock on here. It's 15 minutes and it runs. Northwestern won the toss and they'll receive that one. Ruston will be going from right to left, Northwestern left to right in this one. And we are ready for the inaugural edition of the North versus South Jamboree. KP, just a wonderful day.
Yeah, it's looking like – where's Northwestern out of, Doug?
Down south.
Down south. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure where. I looked that up. But, I mean, these kids have traveled up here to play in this and get some experience, and looks like we're going to have a great day of football. Glad to be here at Butch Stoker Stadium. Appreciate Coach Bachman and Miss Jody putting this on to kind of highlight this new track and new field we've got here. Field house is going to be done pretty soon.
We'll look in the backfield and get an idea who's going on there. It looks at quarterback for Northwestern. Appears to be number 2. If that is, that's Keelan Robertson. But we're off. They'll come out in a 4-receiver set, 2 to the top, 2 to the near side. Lone running back in the backfield for the Braves. Bearcats defense sets up pretty standard. 1 safety back, 4-man front.
So there won't be any kickoffs or anything like that in this.
No, they're not taking time because that takes away, especially with the running clock. They want to get all the offense they can. Handoff is going to go up the middle. Good job in the backfield and going to be brought down there.
Number 4.
Number 4 for Ruston coming up is Terrell Davis.
Great tackle there from Davis, getting in the backfield quick on that run.
Running back in there for the Braves is number 7. That is Lathan White. Remember, he came back as the tight end, or one of the captains, spinning around. Now he's going to show off that arm. Good-looking arm. Throws it over the defense, but unable to get to it. Pass intended right there.
Tell you what, for an 8th grader to square his shoulders up and throw that ball, 40 yards? That's pretty good right there.
Look, you don't see high school guys do that, KP. That's a very good point because he rolls to his left, and a lot of times a right-hander is just going to stay with that. He squares up and puts that ball down the field. Threw that ball well.
Actually, threw it over the receiver's head. The receiver was open, so, yeah, great arm strength there from the quarterback for Northwestern.
3rd down now and 12. We go back to pass on here. That's going to be a little middle screen that is there. Off it. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. Let's take a look at that one more time, courtesy of our friends at Firehouse Subs. They are the official sandwich of 446 Sports.
Brisket cheddar. Mine and yours favorite.
Look, the cutback that he has as he came back in, and let me make sure there's not any audio on that messing things up. I know y'all will appreciate that.
Great cut there from the quarterback down the left sidelines. There he goes, out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Great run there from the QB.
We'll take a look at it one more time on your screen, too. You saw the cut there. Then he gets around to the outside, and once he finds that, he's off and going. Gets pushed out of bounds. So after a couple of stops, Northwestern finds himself at 1st down and 10 inside Ruston territory to the 36-yard line. 1st down and 10 here. You see that on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. We thank our friends at Sadler's Towing for all the work that they do. Back in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Rolling this side. It's going to be caught on the near side. Again, what a beautiful spin move. Hits the circle button and heads down. That is pass complete to number 18. That is Weston Parrott that gets that one. Perret, P-E-R-R-E-T. KP, this offense for Northwestern, the Braves are starting to move. First down and 10 once again, so back-to-back first down pickups. They'll scrimmage from the 23-yard line. Snap is back, going to go up the middle this time.
Well, that offensive line has started to get in the game. The first 3 or 4 plays of this game, that defensive line was getting in the backfield, and now this O-line for Northwestern has started to take control here.
Well, you talk a little bit about that fatigue as well, and on a hot drive, I know it's the first drive, give him 5 yards, make it 2nd down and 5 as they flip the script to the far side of the screen. Now the wide side has 3 receivers. There's one to the near side. Snap is back there. White's looking to pass, dumps it off pretty quickly. Going to make a move, and he is brought down. Good job of getting there by numbers 7 and 8. That's Julian Owens and Rand Garvin that come up and make that tackle. Just shy of the line to gain, KP.
Yeah, great job there from both defensive backs of getting that kid down. He was open and had some open field there.
I think you keep this in the hands of your quarterback. He has done such a great job with it coming down. That is Keelan Robertson.
Oh, got a little, well.
No flag
no
is
flag
thrown,
there.
and Robertson's going to try to make things go on his own.
And
Good
he's going
pressure
to.
coming to the far side. He's going to get to the corner of the 5, and now into the end zone. Touchdown, Northwestern. Let's take a look at that run around. Well, you see him get out of it and just makes his way back to the top of the screen. Good block by the wide receiver to the top, and once he gets there, he's off to the races.
Once they realized they weren't going to call the flag, once they realized there was no flag, he just took off and ad-libbed there. Great job.
And a lot of times you see people stop on something like that. But first points of the board the other way. Northwestern has that.
Coach is probably going to harp on you play till the whistle.
Northwestern gets the touchdown on that. We'll correct that. Snap is back. Quick inside slant, it's good, and the 2-point conversion is good. 8-0 in this one. And we'll look at the clock. It's looks like 10:45 remaining here in this first half of play. 8-0, Northwestern leads this one. KP doing double duty on there, so he's going to get that for us. Yep. But Ruston will come out and get that. First play from scrimmage for Ruston Junior High is a toss to the near side. He's looking to get to the corner. Good stiff arm there. Going to grind his way down to the 42-yard line, and a Ruston first down. Elijah Washington gets out there and does that.
He'll be easy to see all day with those cleats, Doug.
Look, he did.
Yeah, and he's a big kid.
So that's what Nick does too. He looks at the 10 all the way out to the 44-yard line following that first down run from Washington. Coming that typical Ruston-type fullback offense. Washington's going to get it to the far side, spun around, and dropped down finally.
I don't know if he's in 7th or 8th grade, but that's a big kid. Be back there at tailback at an 8th grade football game.
Well, and look up and down that offensive and defensive line. These lines are pretty good size as well. They sprint 2 receivers out to the near side. I formation still for the Bearcats. Wide open in the far if you can get something going that way. Instead, right back up the middle with Washington. He tries to cut outside and doesn't get it, but picks up the first down.
I mean, that was a play. He was almost caught in the backfield. He still got 5 yards. That's pretty impressive. The kid doesn't look like he's going to run away from you, but he's going to run in the hole and run you over if he has to.
Look, Nick says he runs like he's mad at the turf.
Well,
he just grinds on it and cuts and drives. He's a big power back and going to be explosive. That's Elijah Washington. Keep an eye out for him. Back under center, now set to go. And why not? To the near side he goes, trying to get to the corner, but slips, and the turf monster got him. That is actually number 18 that ran the ball that time. That's Andrew Weaver.
Yeah, if the turf monster doesn't get him, he's breaking that outside for another 10 yards there at least.
First time out of the half. They remember each team gets 2 in this one. KP, if you can see that clock a little better, does it say 8:50 on it?
Where's it at?
Down there on the end, the clock under the word that says Stoker.
Yes, 8 minutes and 50 seconds. It's
There
blocked
you
by
go.
the sun a little bit, so we can't see it too well.
And usually it's illuminated quite well in the evenings here at Butch Stoker Stadium. Big shout out to the Rapides Parish School Board, of course, Alexandria Senior High, and Principal Jody Goodman, head football coach and athletic director Thomas Bachman for opening up this beautiful stadium to the Trojans. Been around all day. It was media day, and so we got some footage of the Trojans and getting ready for the season to kick off. But what a thrill for these young players to come and play on these high school stadiums.
Get them prepared for the bright lights and the big crowds and all that stuff. I mean, Ruston's got a fantastic program up there, and they're surely going to be asked to perform here real soon at the Ruston High School.
Washington back in at running back. He took a play off the last one. He's going to get the ball off to the left side. Now cuts back. Barreling his way down. You're going to be down inside give him officially the 30-yard line.
Great job there from Washington. Again, he doesn't look like he's going to just outrun you, but he's going to get in the hole and bounce and get positive yardage every time he touches the ball.
Rand Garvin there at quarterback. No, actually, he's at the tailback. That is number 6, Cooper Store, it looks like, that is at quarterback. Toss goes now back to Washington. He's going to get to the corner.
There he goes.
To the 20 now, 10. You will not catch that young man.
No.
Twist him around in the end zone and touchdown, Elijah Washington. Touchdown, Ruston.
Great job there from Washington, bouncing that outside and showing some speed there, Doug, that we hadn't seen yet.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take a look at it. And that's just, you see a lot of teams that'll run that little swing pass. This was just the good old-fashioned toss to the top of it. And you see Washington here, even in slow motion, turns the gas on at the 20, gets there to the 30, gets down to the 10-5. Good effort to come across and get him.
That will be a name that we'll be calling in our battles with Ruston for the next 3 or 4 years.
There's no doubt about that. Toss to the other side, this time not contained. And you saw that, just a little bit of a bobble as we see it on the replay. Bangs around and no good. So that'll make it 8-6 in this one. Northwestern, via the 2-point conversion, they get the lead. Time check there, KP.
7 minutes, 59, well, it's about 50 seconds.
There you go. A little under 8 minutes in this one, almost halfway home in the first, and we've seen 2 good offensive drives.
So far, both these teams have adjusted, and they can run the football. And, I was watching something on ESPN the other day talking about how running the football not only makes your defense better, it makes the whole game better.
Look, you're 100% correct on that, and when you have to focus and come up on the run, it just makes things easier in the passing game. I got Caleb Causey back in the backfield now. He joins Chaz Hardy, the quarterback. Handoff comes to the near side and going to be gobbled up in the backfield. Boy, good work. That is number 9 and 17, it looks like, on it. So Cayman Cawley also there, Jace Johnson to get that one. Good looking play in the backfield, and that's goodness, a loss of 6.
Yep.
And you're starting out behind the chains.
6-yard loss there on first down puts you in a position where this quarterback's got an arm, so he can get him out of it with his throwing ability.
Lathan White now back there looking to get him to the screen, and they do. Cuts back to the inside, but bottled up again. Gets back the lost yardage prior to that and another 5, so it's going to be 3rd down and manageable.
Great screen pass there. Kind of lobbed that over the top of the defender, and the back did a good job of catching and getting upfield.
3rd down and 5 for Northwestern, trying to pay off that drive they had a minute ago. 3rd down and 5. Ball rests at the 35-yard line, just the nose of the football gets there. It has to get to the 40, just touch it, and that'll get the first down for them. Handoff goes out to the right side, spun around, and look, just gang tackling like Ruston likes to do, and stopped for just a 2-yard gain is going to make it 4th down and 3.
Great job there from the Ruston defense of sniffing that out and keeping that young man in his backfield, making it a long 4th down.
4th down and 3.
I don't see it anywhere to do it. I see the score. I don't see the yardage anywhere. If I'm missing it, somebody got
Scroll.
I don't see it anywhere, Jason.
So a false start may give them the free the offsides is going to give Northwestern a free first down via the penalty, and that'll get them a first down. First down and 10.
I don't see. Do you see it anywhere?
The penalty will make it first down for the Northwestern Braves.
First down and 10 for Northwestern. Back to pass now, going over the top. Unable to get to that one.
It's not anywhere on here. No yardage anywhere. Okay, I had no idea it was down there.
Second down and 10. Now a little housekeeping on this end. Back to pass again. That one is caught. Good job, complete to Keon Thomas, who receives that one. And again, he is taken down near midfield, just shy of midfield there at the base of the A. Third down now and 2. He's going to keep it himself to the far side. Going to hang on to it. If he gets to the corner, he's going to go 30. Now 20 running by everybody. One man to beat. Going to get into the end zone. What a beautiful, beautiful play. And we'll take a look at it one more time, courtesy of our friends at Firehouse Subs. Watch him just gather it in on your replay. And when he gets to the corner, the linebacker on that side just bit for the fake. But we'll look at the blocking by the wide receiver out on the corner as he gets there. And you know once he gets to the corner that he is gone. Good looking quarterback run.
Now I can't get back up to the score, Doug.
Two-point conversion is no good. The score sits at 14-6 now. Following that,
At halftime, you got to show me how to do it right. So
Northwestern scores on both of their possessions. Ruston coming back, trying to answer. We'll see what they have. Time check shows us about 4.5 minutes to go. Handoff goes to the far side again, and why not Washington? But this time, he is met right in the middle. And as I look down at the shoes, it's not Washington. That's going to be 18 again that is running the football. That's Andrew Weaver for Ruston. Ruston comes back to the line of scrimmage. KP, 3 good drives so far.
Excellent couple of drives there from Ruston. That
handoff is going to go straight back, and again, Weaver is brought down. Good job on that middle line on the stop, and again, third down and long, third down and 8.
Third down and 8.
We'll see if Ruston comes out. They have predominantly been via the run. We have seen Northwestern throw it 2 or 3 times in this one today, but I have formation, and there's going to be offsides, I do believe.
Jump right here. Let's see who jumped first.
Dead ball, encroach. Oh, false start they're calling, so that's going to put them behind the chains. They'll say that it was Ruston that made the move, so that's going to make it third down and 12 following that penalty. Give it third down and 13. Third and 13 following the 5-yard step off. Getting a little closer to halftime. Northwestern has scored on both of theirs, missed the PAT the first time. Going to roll out this time. First time we've seen the pass going a little bit underthrown, but what a job to come back and gather that one in. Tremendous. Jamison Sutton goes up and gets that one. Jamison Sutton with the big play. We'll see that one more time. And this is the first time that they've been able to run that. Watch the play action. Everybody sucks in on that. And the toss right down the field. You'll see it. And it's gathered in double coverage. He goes in and gets that one. Big time work on the first down, and he was pumped up about it. Inside the 40 to the 37-yard line goes Ruston Junior High. Toss goes to the far side. Why not get it to Washington? He scored from right here. The last time he did that, he's to the 20, gets to the corner, 10-5, pushed out of bounds inside the 1-yard line, pushed out of bounds inside the 1. He wants the touchdown. The officials give it to him. They didn't give him anything. He went out there and took it. Let's take a look at it one more time. You'll see the toss up to the top, KP. And what happens when you get Washington in space?
In space, he's going to be hard to catch. I think they went ahead and gave it to him because the official was a little bit behind on that play, but looked like he crossed the pylon. Great job there from Washington.
And look, once you get to that pylon, that's it, and he finished it. I'm telling you what, you need to keep an eye on Elijah Washington.
We are going to do it for the next 3 or 4 years here playing Ash, that's for sure.
There's no doubt about that. In for the 2-point conversion, trying to tie this thing up. Handoff to Weaver to the left side. He bangs around in there, gets in, and we are tied at 14. Take a look off to the left side. Bring it to me. You see the instant replay there. That makes it 14. We'll let KP check the clock on us. And
It's a minute and 30 left.
minute 30 left in this one, tied at 14. 4 possessions and 4 touchdowns in this game. 2 missed PATs, both of those by the same team, or both of those by either team, rather. And now Northwest will try to go out there and capitalize on this. Running clock, it's going to even be a little more difficult because you can't take advantage of going to the sidelines or anything else. Big thanks to Ward Electric. They are the North-South title sponsor for the folks that put the tournament on. Back to pass now. Swing pass there, knocked down. Good work in the backfield of getting that. That was good work by number 9 for Ruston, Cayman Cawley. We've called his name a couple of times in this one. Again, 2 15-minute halves. 5-minute halftime is coming up, and we are nearing the 1-minute mark.
There we go.
Second down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Back to pass again. Got a man wide open. In and out of the hands.
Waited on it for just a second. Floated on him just a little bit, but as the old coach adage would say, it hit him in a bad spot.
Yep, hit him square in the hands. Good job of getting back on that one by number 16, Asher Foster. But if that ball is put on the money, you can put 6 up right there as or out in traffic and out in space. That time was L.J. Rutledge.
That's another 40-yard throw there from an 8th grader. That's pretty impressive, Doug.
Look, he can get it down
and it
the
doesn't look
field.
like he's straining to do it. It's not like he's launching with everything he's got. He's just making a pretty normal throw, it looks like, and it's going 40 yards.
One of the questions that we always have is where do these teams get all these quarterbacks from? Well, we're seeing it today.
Right.
Timeout on the field. Northwestern takes their second. KP, clock check.
It looks like the clock is at 0. It's what it looks like to me. I don't see any time left on it.
They may have.
It says all zeros up there for me.
If it is, it's going to be a 5-minute halftime that comes up here, but we'll see about that. Maybe try. They gave him a timeout, so I don't know why they'd give him a timeout if there was a little bit of time, but they'll.
Yeah. I guess they're going to have one untimed down here, and then it's going to be a 5-minute halftime.
3rd down and 10, but you can believe they've got to go down the field. This is where you got to be careful, though. You float one of those, can be picked off and taken to the house. Ruston wants to keep them out of the end zone, keep this thing knotted up, because they'll get the ball to start the second half in about 5 minutes. Snap is back there. Good pressure up the middle. This is the one you got to be careful of. You throw it up there, it's returnable. Going up and making a big-time catch back there.
Great catch there to end the half.
Look at Caleb Cozy go up and get that one. Big-time work by that young man. and that will be halftime, but not before we look at that catch again. Missed the tail end of it, but we'll have it up in the highlights. That young man excited about it. We've reached halftime. We're going to pay the bills here, go over to our sponsors. KP and I will be back for second half action right after this.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view. And gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience? Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger, Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy, and speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah, head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hall. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Back to work we go here at Butch Stoker Stadium. This is a thrilling way to start off the North-South Jamboree. It is Northwestern and Ruston doing battle. They are locked in a 14-14 battle. Both teams scored on both their possessions. Missed one extra point, made one extra point. They're going for 2 in all of these. No kickoffs, running clock except for timeouts and after touchdowns, KP. But it's been a great first game.
I tell you what, this quarterback for Northwestern has got an arm and some wheels on him. The running back, obviously, from Ruston is going to be somebody we're going to contend with for, I'm sure if Coach Bachman's around here watching, he's looking at this kid knowing he's going to have to contend with him for the next 3 or 4 years as well.
Elijah Washington, the running back from Ruston that has a couple of touchdowns on the day, gets out in space. And I see the Mayo Tour buses. That means the folks from up in the northeast portion are coming down. Mayo Tours all around the state and the country, go all over the place.
What's the next game, Doug?
The next game is Calvary and Westridge.
I would be willing to bet that's probably Calvary in an eighth grade team in a tour bus.
Well, if I had to
I'm
guess,
just guessing.
Good Hope or Westridge probably in that one. Calvary, I would expect. If I had to think, is Good Hope. Westridge and Calvary probably already here in the place because they were scheduled to kick off about 1 o'clock on this. But man, that heat just settling in out there. KP, what does that heat index look like now?
The heat index currently with our KALB weather forecast. It's 93 degrees. It feels like 102. And, with this turf, obviously that adds some temperature. I've umpired baseball on turf. I guarantee you that turf is 150 degrees. We had a kid one time, Doug, slid into second. He twisted his ankle. He said, my ankle's fine. Get me off the turf. I'm burning my back. So the turf is going to be at least 150 degrees out there right now. That's the challenge for the officials, for everybody out here.
For everybody in it. That's correct. 12:30 on our Saturday, beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon. Mostly sunny. How's that?
Mostly sunny.
I don't understand that.
Even more sunnier. Want to give a shout out to our school resource officer. I see him here. That man's in a vest, and he's the hottest person here today. But keeping everybody safe, thank you for doing that. Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office, Mark Wood.
Big sponsor, proud sponsor, supporter of what we do, too. Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Mark Wood. We appreciate everything they do for us and the community, no doubt about it.
He came up to a baseball game one time. We have 64 schools in Rapides Parish. He has 64 or 68 school resource officers that keep these kids safe, and we appreciate it.
I think it's a tremendous job that they're doing. Ruston will get things going to start the second and final half. Again, 2 15-minute halves. Well, these games will drag up. They played regular games. Of course, they are 8-minute quarters when they play, and so that's why they go to 15, and they keep the running clock on there. So it kind of works out close. But, again, they'll stop it on touchdowns and timeouts is where they'll do it, and injuries on there as well.
Hopefully we won't have any of those. We haven't yet.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. Ward Electric Hospitality Tent is in full force down to our right down there on that new turf here. Big scoreboard decorated with signage down on our right end of it as well. And just a glorious day out here at the Butch Stoker Stadium. Ran into Nick Harris last night. That name sounds familiar to you. Former Ash star and went on to play at Oklahoma, has now made his way into Hollywood, into the movies, and so was in town. Great to see Nick. He was out at the scrimmage last night.
Scrimmage was good to watch. Saw some really good football last night from the 1s and 2s. Glad to see everybody healthy and getting ready for the scrimmage next Friday night.
Going to be a lot of fun this season for high school all around. There's some talent all across, all 64 parishes. There's a lot of talent in here. This is going to be Ruston. They'll switch ends of the field. Now Ruston will go from our left to our right. There you see the Northwestern team getting ready to make their way out onto the field defensively. Neither team has been able to make a stop. The question is, will one of them be able to do that here in the second half? We look down, see the shoes, and know that Mr. Washington is back in the backfield.
Seems like the first team that makes a stop is going to have a pretty good chance to win this game, Doug.
I've 100% would agree with you on that. Waiting for the chains to set back up. They start this on the 30. Again, no kicks in this game. They'll get back under center. That is Cooper Store that is there. They get it to Washington, and he spins around, and good job stopping him there. The offensive lineman looked like defensive lineman came down and got him. Pickup of 5. Give it second down and 5. Clock just now running. 14.5 to go in this ball game. No extra time, no overtimes. Back under center goes Store. He's going to hand it off to Washington, and why not? Washington's going to try to get to the corner. He's found the bulk of his. You cannot shoulder tackle him. You've got to get down the field. This time he's just ran out of bounds. But Elijah Washington has got to have near 150 yards, KP.
I would say at least that. He runs upright with his shoulders, got a good stiff arm. This is a prelude to, we're going to see this for the next 3 or 4 years. Every time we play this team, that young man's going to be a player. Looks like he's what, about maybe 6 foot?
And just an 8th grader.
8th grader.
Can this First down and 10. They scrimmage from the 37-yard line, going left to right. Tosses back to the near side. Washington's going to have that one. He cuts through. He's going to go 20, now 10. Nobody on this field will catch him. Into the end zone he goes, and that is another Ruston touchdown.
Great job there from Washington going around the corner.
They're going to try it again. This time doesn't do it. So it is 20-14 Ruston. Ruston on top, 20-14. And they'll stop it momentarily and get things going back. Internet giving us a little chaos, but that's to be expected on this type of day.
If we didn't have a
for just a bit till things get rectified. Now, if it weren't for bad luck,
we wouldn't have much at all, would we?
Absolutely. They'll go right to left. Northwestern back on there. Can either team get a stop in this one? That's the question. Handoff goes. Now cutting back to the near side goes Lathan White. He's brought down at the 35-yard line.
Great job there from White, cutting that back.
Braves pick up a big first down.
I mean, these offensive lines in 8th grade, look at those kids for the Northwestern. That's pretty good-sized kids to be in 8th grade.
Look, it's crazy what they're able to do size-wise, these guys. He's going to keep it himself. Gets to the near side, running to the corner, down to the 5, and into the end zone he goes. Officials are waving their hands. Oh, it looks like that one's going to come back.
Got a hold in the backfield there. Great job there from Hayes going around that corner and tiptoeing the sideline to score.
Look, that will, I don't think there's much that will aggravate you more than that as a coach. Right at 12 minutes remain here in the second half of play.
Going to be first down now, and what, Doug?
Well, because the hole was in the backfield, it's 1st and 9. It was it was beyond the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
So that's what brings it back. They mark it from the spot of the foul. 1st down and 9. Ruston leads this one 20-14, not Northwestern. That one is going up in the air. Good coverage downfield. Good work there by Jameson Sutton.
Good job there from the receiver staying in bounds, and good job from the defensive back there.
Getting that updated for us. And incomplete. Good coverage. Going to be 2nd down and 9 once again. Bless you.
Sorry.
Handoff goes to the near side. White's going to be brought down there. Lathan White.
Going to bring that 3rd down and call it 8, Doug?
3rd down and 8. That is correct.
Okay.
Line to gain is the 27-yard line, just outside the 27
this is a spot here for this Ruston defense to step up and get the stop that they need to win this ball game.
Look, it's definitely 4-down territory. They will be back to pass now, looking to set up that screen, unable to do so, and that's good pressure. Look, just going up there and grabbing some jersey is number 35, Brett Brown. And unsportsmanlike conduct on Ruston. Boy, that will change the spectrum of things.
Yes, it will. I didn't see what happened there. Did you, Doug?
At the end of the play, he kind of slings him down, but I don't know if that would warrant the 15 yards right there.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was anything that was – looked like he was trying to get him to the ground, but I don't think he went overboard there. So I guess we'll see what the penalty is. It looks like it's going to be 15 yards.
Yeah, it definitely was personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct.
As a coach, that's got to be frustrating.
It's as frustrating as the internet going in and out. I can promise you that.
Yes, that could be frustrating as well. That is very true. Opportunity right there to get off the field and get this stop they needed, and when you get that and then you get something like that as a coach, that will – I think we saw last night in our inter-squad scrimmage, kid made a catch and then Coach Bachman put him on the bench real quick.
Yeah, when you do something like that, it'll get you going. Next time out, we may briefly stop this stream and try to reset it.
Okay.
From there. We may do. I don't want to lose the Facebook audience, so we're going to keep it here.
All right.
First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Handoff is going to go. No, he's going to keep it to the near side and off and running. Good little hurdle, but the sideline was there. Oh, what a good jumping move that was made.
Should be first and 10 at the 13, it looks like, huh, Doug?
They've marked the ball at the 13-yard line. That's correct. First down and 10, so can still get a first down without getting into time in a bit. It's 20-14. Ruston leads this one after 3 big Elijah Washington touchdowns. Back to pass now. He's going to keep it himself, trying to get to some corner before the Bearcat defense closes that down.
Real close right there. 46 pushed him about 4 steps out of bounds. He's lucky he didn't get another one of those penalties.
Give him just 3 on the play. Make it second down and 7. Line to gain is the 4. Handoff is there. White has it up the middle. He's going to bang forward to the 5. He's going to be real close. They'll officially mark him at the 6. So KP, third down and 2.
Third down and 2. Big spot here for the Ruston defense. Definitely 2-down territory. Looking for that stop that we've been talking about. Are they kicking field goals in this, Doug? Or
no, we've not seen any kicking at all.
So this is 2-down territory. They're going for this no matter what.
Well, down a touchdown, too. There's White up the middle. He's got the first. He's turned around right at the goal line. They did a good job of keeping him out of the end zone there. But it'll be first down and goal to go. And there'll be a timeout on the field with, we'll look in at the time that's on there. What do you have, about 5 minutes left, KP?
Let's see. 25 seconds.
So we're halfway through this one. Starting to see the teams on the other side get loose. So they'll rotate things through pretty quickly.
Once again, shout out to all these officials out here getting some work in, getting ready for next weekend and the Jamborees. Nobody realizes that as officials they don't get much practice. They just go from last season to this season, and there's not a whole lot of practice. So glad they're out here getting some of that in. First and goal here for Northwestern with handoff up the middle to number 7. Touchdown Northwestern. Touchdown Northwestern. I'm sure they're going to be going for 2 here. To break this tie, 20-20, Northwestern and Ruston. Looking like going to come down to who maybe has the last possession here. Maybe the team that wins the ball game. Here's the 2-point conversion. Back in the backfield. Here's the snap to the quarterback. He hands it off up the middle. White going to get stopped. Stopped short, so keeps the game tied. Taking over. Good stop there from the defense. That may be the stop we're talking about, Doug.
That is, and what that does is this thing tied. Now, go down there.
Elijah Washington, that gives them the advantage there of not having to throw the football. They can run this ball down the field and score with under a minute, and that's probably what the coach is thinking at this point.
But the way that Washington has ran the football, now Weaver is back in there. Washington is not.
Yep.
So Weaver's the running back. Got some fresh legs in there now. Toss to the near side. Weaver trying to do the same thing. He'll get 6 or 7 on it. 2nd down and 4.
Got a little skirmish up top there with the DB and the wide receiver. The official came in and cleaned that up real quick.
One thing you can guarantee, you will always have something going on between the cornerback and the wide receivers until the echo of the whistle. 2nd down and 3 now, officially 7 on that play. A little under 7 minutes, 6:40 to go. Toss goes to Weaver to the far side. Weaver trying to get to the corner and does. Weaver's on his horse. He is down to the 30 now, 20. Open space, 10, 5. Touchdown. Let's take a look at that. When you see him get to the corner, you know that it's on at that point.
Put this Weaver kid right next to Washington as a couple of backs we're going to have to look at for the future, Doug.
Goodness gracious, that's
oh boy.
Holding
wow.
is going to be whistled.
Wow. Bringing it back.
Oh, that was a 63, 64-yard run. And now, depending where the hold is, and you know what, KP, I don't think that hold helped out. I don't think that was part of what it was.
If you talk to officials, they'll tell you that a lot of the penalties they have to call don't affect the play at all.
Right.
But they're forced to call them. You know, that hold they called on the left side of the offensive line, that ball was run to the left side. If you hold on the right side of the offensive line, it goes around the left side, they probably don't call it.
That's right. So it was it was down the field, so it's 2nd down and 6, officially a loss of about 2. Oh, that one now tossed to the near side.
He comes back this side.
Weaver going the other way, 50, now 40. He's just going back to back is all. Turns around looking for flags, not going to have one, and into the end zone he goes. And the touchdown is there. That is Weaver that comes up and does that.
Great job there from Weaver. That, Doug, it looked like the monkey had jumped on his back in toward the goal line.
He was slowing down. That's
he just
right.
ran 120 yards in 2 minutes.
He's like, get him back in. Now this 2-point conversion is crucial.
Yes. Where's Washington at? They both probably have over 100 yards. Definitely.
Oh, look, Washington's got to have close to 200 at this point, I believe.
And Weaver's got to be over 100. Kind of reminds me of Williams.
Trying to extend this. It's 26-20 now. Toss goes to the far side, and that's a new running back that's got it. So 3 good running backs. 2-point conversion is good. Ruston now leads this 28-20.
Great job there from the third running back for Ruston that comes in the game. So we're at the 6-minute mark.
6 minutes to go in this one. And looked like they'd put a little extra time back. No, it's 6 even on it.
Yeah.
And remember, they will get that second game started right away after this one. There'll be a little bit of time to get the teams onto the field, but there won't be a
they're warming up already.
wait. That's right. They have them warm up off the field so that they can come on and get ready to go as soon as they step out.
Of course, they could just stand there with doing nothing and warm up.
You're right about that.
But we want to get them loose, make sure there's no injuries. Yeah, this Ruston team's got 2 definite running backs that we're going to be dealing with for the next several years.
First down at 10, 30-yard line goes Northwestern. They're trying to tie this thing up. Ruston trying to get the first stop of the game. No team has had a stop. Handoff goes to the right side, cuts back inside, and dropped after a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8. Our fans are working overtime up here in the press box as the AC is non-existent up here, and that's what's been playing havoc on all of our electronics today.
Yeah.
That is not wind that you hear. That is simply the fan that is blowing, so we'll move that just a little bit. 2nd down and 8. Handoff once again goes off left side, but the left side of that defense is there to make the stop. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Big stop, big play right here for Ruston. The first stop's going to definitely win this ball game, and this might be it right here.
It's difficult to stop a team, though, that runs the ball the way they do on 4 plays.
And then also to be able to throw it over the top. This young man can throw it over the top, that's for sure. And so, yeah, it's difficult to defend.
That's been the difference. We've not seen him throw the ball this second half.
I think that's a different quarterback.
It is, in fact.
Lefty.
And he'll try to sprint to the near side. He's got room down the line. Stutter steps at the 40, is going to be brought down, and we'll see who that young man is. That number 10 that is in at quarterback, that's Denham Scott. He was brought down there by 43. That's Richard May. Denham Scott. That's a good quarterback football name, isn't it?
I would agree. Denham, yeah.
He ought to be in baseball would be a catcher or somebody. It just sounds like you got to be tough with that.
I would agree.
Love it. 1st down and 10. Hands this one off, going to the left side looking for room. Driven out of bounds there. Again, May is there to push him out of bounds. He was joined on that one by Terrell Davis.
That should put us under the 4-minute mark.
4:46, or is that 3:46 remaining? No question, though, Northwestern's got to score and get the 2-point conversion down to 3.5 minutes remaining in this one. And Northwestern not in a hurry because they've been able to execute offensively also. 2nd down now and 6 following that play. Handoff's going to go up the middle once again. Trying to get to the outside. Instead, spins around. Going to be stopped right at midfield. That's where he'll be brought down. So another 3rd down opportunity comes up for Northwestern, KP.
Big stop there from a big play here for Northwestern trying to – is 3rd down and what, Doug?
3rd down and 3.
Okay.
Under 3 minutes to go in this one, 2:50 and counting. Scott's going to hand it off once again. Getting to the corner now. Going to step out of bounds. And, look, I'm telling you, the work there of Landon Collins has been so solid at running back for this Northwestern team. Landon, Landyn Collins. Picks up enough for the 1st down, and here comes this Northwestern team looking for the equalizer.
Yep, got to cover 38 yards here in about a minute and a half.
You see, KP, they're running a little bit less tempo than they have. They're trying to score with just no time left on the clock.
Great Great job there from the coach.
Scott calls for the ball. He's looking to pass the lefty. Drifts it out to the far side. It is complete. 87 comes down that one. Flip this over. That is Drew Cheek that comes down with it. First time that we've called Cheek's name today.
140 left in the ball game.
Cheek did a good job of going up and getting that one.
Got a timeout. Looks like
timeout will be with one.
It's like timeout Ruston.
What is that time remaining in this one?
Here we go. We have 1 minute and 31 seconds left in the ball game.
Minute 31 remains in this one. Coming up next, we told you Calvary and Westridge will do battle. Calvary and Westridge set to go. Again, delighted to be out here and be a part of this one. I am Doug Gann alongside of KP Miles. Jason Crooks joins us. Nick Morrow is there. And 2T, well, we don't know. He's en route.
2T's en route. Enjoying filling in for Nick Magnano. He'll be back with us next Friday for the.
That'll be our little dress rehearsal.
Go back down on the field and do what I do down there. Hopefully y'all's AC will be working up here.
Second down and 5 from the 34-yard line they go. Scott calls for the ball. He's going to hand it off once again. Good pressure up the middle, and he goes nowhere. Good work back there by Ruston's number 69. That is Kingston Hibbert. First man there in the backfield.
Under a minute now. Under a minute.
Boy, wholesale changes, KP. Do you see the difference that they made? They swapped out their entire defense to kind of more of a pass covering defense.
Looks like a little bit not quite as big, but that's right.
Down under 50 seconds now.
Yep. Northwestern doesn't seem like they're in too big of a hurry.
Third down and 7. Snap is back there, rolling to the near side of Scott. He's got to go over the top for it. Into double coverage again, but jumping up and getting that one. What a tremendous job to go help his quarterback out. That was number 6, Kendall Little.
And there's nothing little about him. He's every bit of 6'2" or 3, it looks like.
Under 25 seconds, 24 and 23. So now they've got to hurry. That was the second pass completed in double coverage.
Big 8th grader right there, Doug.
And the second and final timeout is taken by Ruston. So that's Ruston's first. He kind of decoyed me there. I thought he was going to point the other way to Northwestern.
Yeah, that's a big 8th grader down there at wide receiver for Northwestern.
There is a lot of size that we have seen out there. Coming up next in just a few moments, Calvary and Westridge will do battle.
Again, I want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors: Ward Electric, Red River Bank, Mark Hankins Ministries, JP Health and Wellness, Niblet Beard and Arsenault, and Quinn Financial Solutions, along with Allstate. Thank y'all for helping everybody bring this to the fans.
Yep, and our man Big Zig down there shooting photos in the camo hoodie. 19 seconds to go. Scott is going to get it. He's going to keep it to the near side, puts a shoulder down, and gets inside the 10 to the 9.
Clock's still running.
2, 1, and that's going to do it. They're not going to get it off.
Nope, that's your ball game.
That is the ball game. Well, they're stopping it like there was a time. Nope, he's saying that's ball game.
That's ball game.
Yep, they won't be able to get another play off, and that's the only problem with trying to run right there. So Ruston is going to come out victorious in this one, 28-20. We will be back for game number 2. But Ruston, big day from their running backs. KP, the 2 that we looked at, of course, was Elijah Washington,
and
but
Weaver.
Also there was Weaver. Let me get that page turned over. Andrew Weaver and Elijah Washington
They had
led
to
the way.
combine for over 350, Doug. It
Easy.
had to.
And 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns for Washington, 1 for Weaver. That's going to do it. We'll try to make some adjustments on there and be back for Calvary and